State. He is a key. He is one guy tonight that White Bear has to come through if they're going to win this game and go past Roseville.
Should be an absolutely brilliant contest from these two Suburban East rivals. Once again, we have a conference play between two teams, just like we did in the previous game. Looks like it's going to be an all-Metro semifinal tomorrow night. One game to go. We'll be back for the face-off.
The Minnesota State High School Boys Hockey Tournaments on Fox 9 are brought to you in part by U.S. Bank. Other banks promise great service. U.S. Bank guarantees it. Toyota and your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, get the feeling. Dairy Queen, DQ something different. Menards, save big money at Menards. Timber Lodge Steakhouse, the home of the big and tender.
Lock into low prices at Menards. All Dexter lock sets by Schlage are on sale. This Corona Bright Brass Passage set is $5.98. A LaSalle Lever Style set is $12.99. Give wood doors, trim, and furniture lasting good looks with Polyshade Fine & Wax. It's stain and polyurethane all in one step. Each coat provides rich color and lasting protection. On sale, $6.39 a quart. Rush on big savings at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Start a banking relationship with U.S. Bank, and we'll do everything but roll out the red carpet. Stop by a nearby U.S. Bank now and sign up for free checking with checking that pays and earn cash back every time you use your check card. See a friendly U.S. banker for details. Pay your bills online with U.S. Bank, and we'll do everything but teach you how to type. Stop by U.S. Bank now and sign up for free internet banking. Plus, take advantage of internet bill pay free during your first 60 days.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. All that glitters is gold.
It's Toyota's nationwide spring sales event, where value begins with an all-star lineup of quality Toyota SUVs. And a wise choice is the larger, more powerful 4Runner. Now with a standard V6 or available V8, 4Runner is the star of Truckin's SUV magazine, who named it SUV of the Year. Get to Toyota's nationwide spring sales event, where value begins with quality.
You're a rock star. Get the show on.
Welcome back to the XL Energy Center, ladies and gentlemen, for our fourth and final quarterfinal game of the day here for the Class AA competition for the State of Minnesota Boys High School Hockey Tournament. Had some great games so far today, and we've got one more dandy coming up between Roseville and White Bear Lake, the top two teams in the Suburban East Conference. Let's take a look at our Wendy's scouting report, Louie, and see how these things are going to shake out tonight.
Well, this is a match made in heaven. Two teams that know themselves better than anybody. Roseville, a great deal of depth, as much depth as anybody in the tournament. White Bear coming in playing good. They had to beat an outstanding Centennial team. What a game that was. And Roseville has to feel confident because they haven't lost to the Bears. They won and tied. At the same time, White Bear's got to say, hey, it's our turn. But two teams really know themselves real well, and I expect this to be as fine a game as we see in the tournament. Many people picked Roseville to beat the state champion this year, Wally.
We do want to apologize to all our viewers, too, who are expecting to see the close-up shots of the player introductions, but due to the national information going on with all the networks carrying the President Bush address, everything has been delayed slightly. So please bear with us while we just catch you up with things. Let's talk a little bit further about this Roseville team. First of all, their head coach, Steve Sertis, told me the other day that he thought their team would be good, but not this good this season. They come in with a 23-3-2 record, and that's a great, great string coming in. They have won 15, lost only once, and tied one in the last 17 games.
That's right, and you're looking at Coach Steve Sertis right there, who's got to be awful proud of this team because, as you said, his expectations weren't as high as it turned out to be for this hockey club. And this hockey club looks like a good hockey team. If you watch them skate around in warm-ups, you watch them pass the puck, you watch them shoot the puck, they look like hockey players. They have had a tough schedule, and here they are playing in the state tournament. I think that they're going to show real well here tonight, and White Bear has got to play their top game to beat them.
Tim Sager is a first-year head coach behind the Bears bench, replacing Bill Butters. And Billy's son, Ben, is still part of the program. There you take a good look at Tim Sager. His team did not win their last 3 regular season games, losing 2, and in playing in a 2-all tie against this Roseville team. They got hot in the playoffs, and Marty, they're coming in. They're making a very profound statement by defeating a very tough Centennial team in that section final. And these Bears are a very large youth hockey program, and they are very, very deep.
Well, that's right, Wally. White Bears going to have to come out tonight, take the body, and try and slow down these Roseville Raiders, who scored almost 500 points this year as a team. That's quite a large amount of points when you consider there's only 20 players on a high school team, and usually you're playing 2 lines. So a very offensive and very skilled Roseville team.
Introductions have been finished. You see the shaved look that the lads from Roseville are sporting for this playoff tourney. Usually it's a little fur on the face, but they're going with the...
well, the barbers in Roseville are driving the Corvettes that Saggy was talking about. A lot of guys made some money there.
Have to put some extra padding in those helmets to get them fitting right, eh?
I wonder if their heads get cold during the game. You know, sometimes I should know now. I mean, I'm losing it as it is. Maybe your helmet slips around on your head a little bit there. Well, this should be a terrific hockey game. I've been looking forward to this one. You know, these two teams really, really know each other as well as any teams in the state tournament. They've faced each other from youngsters, from the squirts all the way up, and they play each other a lot. They socialize. They know each other. This is really, really going to be a competitive game, I believe, because there has got to be a lot at stake for both these teams, not only just because they're playing the state championship, because they know each other so well and want to beat each other so much.
Take a look at our Timberlodge starting goalkeepers for these two teams. First of all, for the Roseville Raiders, it's going to be Jared Kaufman. He's got only 1 loss on the year. He's had an outstanding season. His first year as a regular, and he's been extremely solid down the stretch. And the guy in the twine for White Bear Lake is John Anderson. Led the conference, an absolutely phenomenal year. In fact, a year that was so good, he won the Frank Brimsek Award, which goes annually to the top goalie in the state of Minnesota.
And as we were talking earlier, if you would have seen him against Centennial, Centennial has got one of these programs that you're going to hear about for a long time. You and I were talking off camera, right from the squirts and the midgets and the Bantams, all those teams there, they are powerful, and their feeder system is developing a lot of players. And White Bear had to be at the top of their game, and especially Anderson, because Centennial was flying that Friday night at the Hippodrome.
There's our officiating crew. Rich Bauer and Scott Parker will be wearing the stripes, and Rob Ludwig is the linesman for tonight's championship playoff game between Roseville and White Bear Lake. 2 squads being called to center ice. The winner will move on tomorrow night to face Eden Prairie, who just escaped with a 3-2 victory over Lakeville. Puck is down, and back it comes to the White Bear low blue line. Roseville picking it up, trying to attack. It's Andrew Carroll centering a shot just wide, as right off the bat, Roseville going for the attack. Back they come once more. Svensson across the line. Carroll chasing it down into the corner. Eagles right behind him, comes in, throwing a check along the wall. They're still tangled up to the left of the White Bear goal. Again, White Bear Lake, if you're just tuning in, wearing the light jerseys with the black and orange trim. The Roseville Raiders in their road jerseys of black with silver and white trim. Delayed offside, finally whistled deep as White Bear brings it back into their zone.
The first shift is an indicator of what we're going to see tonight. You're seeing Mercado right there, number 4, going off the ice. He just laid a heavy check on Svensson. I expect both these teams to be extremely physical. You know, familiarity breeds contempt, they say, especially when you have to play each other. And so these two teams, I expect, will be hitting one another all night long.
Roseville pressuring again. Twardowski, number 31, going on to the attack, trying to play the puck around, but it's picked off now by White. That's W-I-G-H-T. Headman's a pass now to Kalova, getting it up the ice now for number 17, Connolly. Connolly across the line, dropped it back again for Kalova's shot wide. Picking up in the corners, Anderson playing it into the point. There's a shot that flexing off the skate, going wide. Hanna will pick it up and clears the center ice now for Roseville. Couple of players banging in front of the bench. Chris Anderson shoots it in. Now here's Troy Kalova going for it. Run around the boards, and Twardowski getting back out to center ice. There, number 34, Kovacs has it, playing it right back into the Roseville zone. Both teams changing on the go. Long pass at center ice. It's tipped deep into the zone off the stick of number 23, Colin Cody, the captain of the Raiders. Back for it again in the zone end is Kovacs. Headmanning the pass, trying to duck off a check was Faust, and the Raiders deliver it right back in. Kovacs looking up ice, plays it back behind his goal for Chad Berger. Berger onto the stick of Faust. Faust again losing it in his own zone. He's having trouble taking it out. Back it comes once more from Mercado. Mercado, the defenseman, crunched up along the wall. This time, White Bear just flings it to center. Grabbing control there is Sam Dorr, the junior. He missed 1 month of this year due to a dislocated shoulder. Just got back into the section final. That's number 24 on the Raider defense. He's standing there as the Bears come back. Kovacs centering it out in front. Going for it is Bonnie. His shot is off target. Ricochets off the board to the blue line. White Bear keeping it in. Picking up the puck now, Bonnie, but he's skated off. And it's thrown to center ice by Eagles, and he's hit on a hard jolt. And an icing is called in the process.
Well, Wally, we've already played 2.5 minutes in this first period, and neither Kaufman nor Anderson has seen one shot on net. I'm sure both of them would like to get into the game, get a couple shots from the point, but so far, no shots.
Kaufman first, and then John Anderson. Malark winning the draw, blowing it back to the point. A screaming shot there by White is off target. Comes back to center. White will have to hustle after it as he's being watched by Svensson. And up into the White Bear bench it goes.
You got to put those shots on net from the blue line, especially when you got everybody deep. If you miss the shot, you can give up a breakaway or a clean break. And Roseville was unfortunate there that they didn't get control of that puck because it would have been a one-on-one. Shots from the blue line, you don't have to shoot them hard, you have to shoot them accurate. The key is not to try and score from 60 feet out, it's to put the puck on the net.
Matt Greer puts it into the zone for the Bears. Rung around but not out. White has a shot blocked and breaking loose is Eagles. Eagles across the line, one-on-one, goes left, passing over to Svensson, and the shot is off target. Eagles will pick it up on the far side. Trying to go to the point for Cox, but he is checked. And back for White Bear comes White. White just dumps it into the zone. Cox will back up for it as the Bears peel off and go for a line change. Leaves a lot of open ice. And the Raiders will dump it down. They, too, change all 5 skaters on the ice, coming out with fresh recruits. Josh Earhart lost it in his own zone. Trying to cut in now is Cernich. The coach's son centers it now. And is picked off by Matt Anderson, but the net pops loose. Play is halted. No score and no shots in the opening period here in the 4th and final quarterfinal of the day.
Every day you're faced with choices. Some affect your livelihood, like which grass herbicide to use. You want one that works hard in the spring, but leaves you with lots of choices later on. That's why you want Option Corn herbicide. It controls all your major grasses and key broadleaves. But the best thing is, Option gives you choices by letting you rotate to any crop you want in 60 days or less. That kind of freedom can really pay off down the road. Option, grass control that puts you in control.
Speeding is the biggest factor in fatal car crashes. So slow down or pay the price. A message from the Minnesota Department of Public Safety.
Well, I'll tell you who's paying the price. It's Roseville forwards in the offensive zone. White Bear will not let anybody stand loose without knocking them down. They are really using their body in their own zone.
John Anderson with an easy stop. Talk about that Roseville record, 23-3-2. And what Coach Steve Cernich told me the other day, he says, you know, we use the games against White Bear Lake as a real measuring stick because the White Bear program has been so solid. They've got great numbers in the youth programs, and they're always up there. And he's had a very successful record this year against White Bear to prove it.
That's right. They really do play each other a lot, and they know the White Bear is continually a good team. So if they're going to be good, they got to be able to beat White Bear.
White Bear clearing the center. Here's Babington shooting it back in, trapping a teammate offside.
So far, neither team's able to mount an offensive threat because both teams are doing a great job of keeping the players out to the perimeter and the boards and not allowing them a shot within the slot.
That's right. White Bear this far, even though they're getting control of the puck in the offensive zone, they're knocking people off the puck. They're not making good passes coming out of the zone. They've got to start generating plays from their own zone by passing the puck on the stick.
A bouncer to center. Raiders get it. Driven in by Svensson. Behind his goal now goes Sean White. Good, steady, defensive defenseman. Very strong in the puck. We've seen him handle it a lot tonight already. Back to chase it down in his own zone is Neil Carlson. He's had a great year and the most offensive-minded of the 6D that Roseville has. Breaking it up at center is Chris Anderson. But back on the attack, here comes Chambly with a shot off target. Buried behind his net by Bonnie now to the weak side and just lifted by White Bear, but not out. Holding the line is Cox, sending it in deep. Back in behind the goal now. It's grabbed by Andrew Carroll. Carroll pinned up along the boards by White. And the Bears come back. Here's Connolly. Can't get out of the zone. Eagles trying a shot. Blocked en route. And here's Millard coming back now for White Bear. Trying to ward off a check. He does. It's 3-on-2 coming in. Drop pass picked up now by Bonnie. He's forced wide by Cox. Bonnie relays it to the point for Chris Anderson, and his shot goes off the goalkeeper wide. And at the right point, Kovac trying to hold the line, does, but it's whacked out to center by Neil Carlson. Raiders will just dump it in off Eagle stick, and they again go with a quick 5-man change. White Bear relaying the center off Kovac's stick, and we have a whistle. Not exactly sure why.
It's almost like two boxers feeling themselves out here, one by one. You know, they really haven't been as sharp. Roseville looks sharper in the offensive zone than White Bear has thus far, but Roseville themselves haven't had any real quality opportunities due to the real good defensive play by White Bear in their own zone. But each of these clubs not as sharp as we've seen them during the year when they've had the occasions to bring the puck out of the zone and do it with good passing.
Third lines out there for both teams as they're rolling 3 straight lines apiece right now at this point in the hockey game. Here's Berger trying to clear it out for White Bear, unable to do so. Mercado will have to chase it down back into the corner. The senior defenseman pushing it ahead now for Pauling. At center ice as he's checked, carrying on as Faust. Faust putting it on goal. There's a loose puck there and a big collision right around the Raider goal.
And that youngster, number 10, Berger, knew to go to the net. He's only a sophomore. He was coming down alone on the far side. Pauling saw him. Had he got that puck right to him, Berger might have put the first puck in the net. You see Pauling going to the outside right here. He picks it up and watch in front of the net. Number 10. Here's Berger going for it, and it just was a little too far for him to get. Goaltender wisely freezes the puck.
Again, line changes as these two coaches are rolling him through very quickly on these shifts. I think every line's had at least 2 shifts already, and we're just barely 6 minutes into the hockey game. From center ice, puck whacked in by Kovac, bounces wide of the goal. Wrapped around to the other side by Justin Hanna. Twardowski can't get to it. Bears keeping it down deep. Kalova back in behind the goal, placed out in front. There's a shot by Matt Anderson just wide. In behind the net again is Connolly. He's thrown down to the ice by Hanna. Dug loose by Kalova. Kalova handing it off to Connolly. Tried to center it. Puck is still loose. Reaching is Matt Anderson to keep it alive. Anderson back over to Kalova. Back to Anderson, but he was down on the ice. Gets back up. They try to cycle it down low, but losing his stick was Kalova. And here come the Raiders back the other direction. Cody leading the rush. Will just dump it in, and he turns to the bench. Here come the Bears. Center ice is Millard. He scores! Oh, man, that fooled everybody, and particularly goalkeeper Jared Kaufman.
That was a great wrist shot, though, Wally. He had a lot on it. It just seemed like Kaufman didn't react, and, well, it's almost like he didn't see it. You know, the shot came right off the skate of the defenseman. Not that it hit it, but just coming at that angle. Maybe he lost it for a moment, but that puck was really shot by Millard.
Great play by Millard. You'll see this a lot by Joe Sakic and Paul Correa coming down their wing and shooting off stride. Catches him on the lower corner, just on his glove hand side.
He was off stride. He was up on the opposite skate for the shot, the forward skate. Whoa, 1-0 White Bear Lake. Looked like a harmless play. Not so, folks. Matt Greer gets the lone assist on the scoring play for White Bear.
Scoring for White Bear, number 12.
24th goal of the year from Millard. Almost a goal a game pace. Bears coming into this game having played 28 contests. Their 21 wins, 6 losses, and 1 tie. And their worst slump of the year came in their last 3 regular season games where they didn't win one of them. Doesn't matter now. They're in the state tourney, the show. And it looks like a sellout crowd here at the X tonight to watch high school hockey at its absolute best. To center ice. Chris Anderson shooting it in for White Bear. The Raiders back into their own end. Here's Neil Carlson now. Long pass to center for Svensson. It just tips it in, but apparently he missed it. And it's going to be an icing call again. Bears celebrating. They've got the lead here in the opening period of play. We'll return to the X for more high school puck.
What did it take for one American to beat 4 communists in 1960? Just one great stick. Christian hockey sticks, built by hockey players. This tax tip brought to you by H&R Block. Did you know that the child tax credit is $600 per child in 2002? It'll increase in stages to $1,000 by 2010. This benefits parents and grandparents of dependent children under the age of 17 and is allowed in addition to the standard exemption.
You got 8 minutes gone in the game just about, and there's only 4 shots, 3 by White Bear. That's because of the defensive checking by White Bear in their own zone. Even though Roseville has had puck control in the opposition zone more than White Bear has, they have not got the chances. White Bear's defense doing a good job, and the forwards also using their body a lot.
Close look at Jeff Pauling. He's a leader on the Smurf line. That's the 3rd line out there for White Bear Lake. Very good defensively, good hard-working team guy. Jeff Pauling. Josh Faust, center on the Smurf line, steps in. Berger, a sophomore. Faust and Pauling, the line mates, are juniors. Off the draw, Berger along the boards, trying to push it down to the corner for Faust, but Raiders get there, sweep it around to the other door. Their 3rd line out there as well. Morrison can't hang on to it. Now it goes up to Odegaard. Off his stick, but out the center. Shot back in by the Bears. Flipped right back out by the Raiders. Bears stepping up. Berger playing it inside the zone. Racing after it is Faust, but it's chopped away from him. Comes out the center, knocked down by the Raiders. Goes off to the far side. Chasing it is Pauling. As he delivers it in, delayed offside is negated as everybody tags up. Meanwhile, the Raiders have time. And as they come out, they're going to be charged for icing. White Bear Lake's got these guys bottled up in their own zone.
They're doing a great job of playing man-on-man. They're not giving Roseville any chance to break out with an odd man rush, 2-on-1, or give and go. They're doing a great job of taking the body, taking them out to the board, and holding them there until White Bear gets possession.
Remember, we don't have to make good. Their guys are
1-0. White Bear leading on Millark's 24th goal of the year. Nice soft little pass down the wall by Kovac. Plays it in deep. Kovac's now climbing up the boards, beating Twardowski to the puck and keeping it in deep, even though he's down on the ice. Springs back to his feet. He's number 34 out there for White Bear. Finally taken by the Raiders. Rounding his net now is Mike Surdich. Surdich's pass to center just misses Twardowski, and we have a whistle in the neutral zone.
You got a hand pass, and again, Roseville had the opportunity to come out of their zone. Both of these clubs still not coming out of their zone with any kind of semblance of a good rush. They're just dumping the puck out. They're not passing the puck sharply. They're not beating the man, skating by him. They got to start coming out of the zone with control of the puck if they're going to have any kind of offensive chance. They can't just be throwing that puck away, because up to this point, we've got a lot of scrappy play in the own defensive zones of both clubs. Not sharp.
Kovac's pass is errant. Icing.
It's almost like they want to get rid of that puck too fast, Wally. They got to start thinking, move my feet, skate with it. Somebody comes to me, I make a play, or I beat the man. But right now, you got a lot of flat-footed people on each of these clubs in their own zone, just throwing the puck away, and you don't have anybody coming up with control. It's just a lot of turnovers. If you were to look at the turnovers right now, this early in the game, you'd be very surprised.
In behind the goal, Braun passing across to Millark. Now they get the passing going. You're right. Up to White. There's a shot just off the leg pad, and netminder Kaufman at the blue line is kept in, pounded down the boards by Braun. It goes all the way around the goal to the far side for Taylor Cox. Cox trying to lift it ahead to Carroll, but he can't. Punching down the wall to keep it alive is Lance Millark. Second effort by Carroll does clear. And there'll be no icing here. It's waved off. A good hustling effort by Svensson to get there, but he's knocked down in behind the goal, and springing to his feet is White to gain control for the Bears. White Bear Lake now going across ice pass. On the fly, coming down the left side now is Bonnie. He's checked but reaches the blue line, tries to keep it in deep. Svensson knocks it out. Delivered right back in now by Greer leading the rush. Passing off to his right wing. Connolly trying to cut in. Loose for the Raiders. Their pass up the middle is right into traffic, and the Bears will just dump it back. Here's Taylor Cox, the senior defenseman, in his second year and one of the top 4D on his Raiders team. As he pushes it in, the Raiders go for a line change. Connolly's long pass up ice. Raiders getting back to clear back to neutral. Just over 4 minutes ago in the opening period, 1-0 White Bear Lake, but as the Raiders come in, they're called offside. Slow progress right now. Bears leading, and will return for more hockey in downtown St. Paul.
Okay, Oven Mitt, time to get another roast out of the...
Look, it's Arby's new Italian beef and provolone.
The oven goodness of beef, roasted right in the store so it's juicy, not greasy, then marinated in Italian seasonings on a soft baguette.
Okay, I'll stop.
Try Arby's new Italian beef and provolone.
What are you eating today?
What did it take for one American to beat 4 communists in the 1960 Winter Olympics? Just one great stick. Christian hockey sticks, built by hockey players.
Well, we got 11 minutes gone, and Roseville over 500 points during the year, 1 shot on net.
Isn't that something?
It really is something. When you got that high-powered offense, you would think that 11 minutes you're going to get some shots on net, but White Bear doing a good job defensively, and they are being physical in their own zone when they have to be.
White Bear had their top line out there. The third line was out for Roseville, so right after the face-off, they made a hurried change and got their top line to go up against the top line for White Bear. Now they come in with some good heavy pressure. Twardowski throwing the check in the corner. Puck pried loose. Back to Surdick. His shot, it hits a leg and comes out the center where Cox controls for the Raiders. He'll drive it right back in. Players are offside, but once more they tag up. And Chris Anderson stops behind his goal. Pass going to neutral ice to Lance Millark, the only goal scorer in this game. Millark a wide sweep to the neutral zone coming in. Tries to snap one off, but this time it's a white pad save by the goalkeeper, Jared Kaufman. Delayed offside. The whistles coming from the White Bear Lynch prompt the team to make a line change. Raiders have all kinds of time to come out. Cox's pass goes off of a stick inside the zone. The Bears once more have it. Mercado looking confident as he leads his team through the middle. Still after the puck. He's slowed down at the blue line. Popped loose. And coming back the other direction is Andrew Carroll. Carroll trying to work his way in, but he's stripped to the puck at the last moment by number 8, Matt Anderson back checking. Anderson flipping to the line, but not out. Raiders shoot. Punched away by John Anderson. In behind the goal, Carroll centers. He scores!
What a wraparound by Carroll. Boy, is it a good thing he's a left-hand shot. He was actually skating in a backward motion, a left-hand shot coming around, and the goalie couldn't react that quickly. He was able to whip it around the far corner just because of the angle he was on. That was a goal scorer's goal. Now we know why he's got 34.
And now 35.
Yes. Boy, oh boy, did he make a move on that goal. Watch this play.
Number
Skating
15.
backwards right here, real quick, right around with a wraparound, went right off the goalie stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see Anderson went down there to try and use his blocker and went off the inside of his blocker and deflected it into the lower right-hand corner.
Never wrong to shoot the puck at the net. You never know when it's going to go in.
Assist going to Eagles. And number 22, Justin Hanna. The Raiders again attacking and can't quite finish this time as the puck slides through the goal crease just wide. Tie hockey game at 1. Mercado for White Bear Lake. Plays it off into the corner. Kolova getting it ahead. Banked off the glass now by Connolly deep into the zone. And it's going to be an icing call against White Bear Lake.
And that seems to give him a little bit of jump here. Roseville not very effective with the puck in the offensive zone till that time. And boy, they made Real good use of Andy Carroll right there when he really came around that net quickly. He was going backwards. He made a quick move before anybody could react and wrapped that puck right in the far corner. Terrific goal by him.
Pat Eagles on the face-off. The captain for Roseville gets it back. There's a shot right on goal by Svensson. Puck still loose and goes off to the side. 13 Svensson, another try, this time wide of the net. Picked up on the far side by the Bears and moved to center ice by White. Here's Cox at his own blue line for the Raiders. Trying to play it ahead, but it's intercepted. Millark back across the line, lost it. Now stolen by Bonnie, and his shot is just wide. There's another try by Greer, blocked. Poked out the center, but not quite. Now they move it up for Eagles. He's got a man breaking. Svensson's there, but he's ahead of the puck at the blue line. It's got to be puck first, skater second. Otherwise, that offside is made.
Well, it was a good try anyway. They haven't had much success with the long passes. They've been trying them all period long. Roseville, White Bear, the last 5 minutes has come out better than Roseville has all period long. White Bear starting to make some of those sharp passes. Roseville wasn't connecting on anyone, but had they connected on that properly, they would have had a breakaway.
I think you're starting to see some of the butterflies go away for Roseville now. You're seeing Carroll a lot more visible, getting around the net where a goal scorer should be. And now they're starting to take the body more and move the puck a lot better.
They do have some speed in this team. Millard coming back the other direction. Mercado stepping up from his defense post to keep it alive, but the Raiders clear. There's a foot race for it. Mercado going down the sidewall, being pressured along the way by Colin Cody. Now a big check in the corner, and the Raiders lose control to John Kovacs. We enter the final minute. Bonnie shooting it in. Cox behind his goal. And there's a trailer there where it's picked up now by Mike Surdich. Son of the coach, and in his 4th year playing for Roseville. Started as a 9th grader. Cross ice pass to Twardowski. As he shoots it in, it has Kovacs looking, and as he backs up, he finally gains possession. Open ice with the Raiders changing. Dumps it in. Giving chase is Millard. He'll slide off. They ring around to the weak side. Taken off the boards now by Andy Carroll. Third to center. Takes a bounce into the zone. Kovacs hustling back with 17 seconds left. Off the glass, one last rush trying to be instigated here by White Bear. But oh man, flat along the glass was Pat Connolly. Another big check thrown in the corner. Matt Anderson bites the dust for White Bear. 4 seconds to go. Hurrying, Svensson, a long shot is right on. And the buzzer sounds right after that, and we'll go off tied up at 1 apiece.
Well, we're where we thought we might be, but we didn't get there the way we thought we would. It's 1-1, and we thought it would be a little more crisp, a little more effective as far as the passing goes and the puck carrying, and some maybe more quality shots, but it has been physical, more physical than maybe we anticipated. But at the same time, as Marty pointed out, I think because Roseville scored that goal, their butterflies seem to have left them, and they got sharper in the last 2 minutes of this period.
That's right, Lou, and you see that there's 5 shots on net for both teams. Again, not very many quality chances. I'm sure Kaufman and Anderson would like to get their hands and their pads on the puck a little bit more from some tougher angles, but that second shot on net, which proved to be a goal by Carroll for Anderson, was a little bit of a wake-up call for him.
He's had 18 years as head coaching experience, but Tim Sager is in his 1st year behind the White Bear bench, and he's with Ryan Lund.
Thank you, Wally. Coach, is this game at the pace that you'd like it to be right now?
A little bit. We need to slow them down a little bit more, which means we got to forecheck just a little bit harder. We got to put more pressure on their defensemen and really try to limit the odd man rushes. Right now, neutral ice is just too wide open, where a lot of pucks just bouncing around, and we need to stay disciplined on the defensive side of the puck.
I know you want to keep them from skating, so how do you go about doing that?
Well, we got to get pressure. You know, we got to shorten up our shifts a little bit, move our feet a little bit quicker, and the wide side wings got to make sure that they're coming back and covering the middle so no cross ice passes can go. They're trying to stretch us, and we just need to get more pressure on them when we can.
Last time you played less than a month ago, that game ends up in a tie. You play another 15 minutes of hockey, we're still tied. Should this be a surprise to anybody that you and Roseville are dead even right now?
No, we got 2 great teams battling, two superb programs from the Suburban East Conference, and this is what it's like every night in that conference. So, no, you know, it's going to come down to staying disciplined and getting a bounce and just keep working.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. Tim Sager, head coach, White Bear Lake, the Bears, all knotted up at 1 with Roseville after 15 minutes of hockey in our AA quarterfinal game. We'll be back with much, much, much more from the Boys State High School Hockey Tournament.
Come to Wendy's for a cold one. One of our delicious garden sensation salads, like our chicken BLT with marinated chicken, fresh greens, and grape tomatoes. Made fresh all day, every day, so you can take it wherever you go. The garden sensation salads from Wendy's. It's better here. And our pickup window is open till 1 a.m. or later, so you can eat great even late.
No one works harder to earn your business than your appliance specialist at Warner's Stellian.
Get free Metro delivery, free installation when permitted, and free recycling. We'll help you choose from the largest selection around. The more you need, the more you save. Plus, pay nothing for up to 6 months.
Free is good. Come and get it from your appliance specialist at Warner's Stellian.
Fox Friday, solving crimes is part brain, part brawn, and all attitude. Gotcha. First, 2 dangerous beauties, 1 undercover cop, and some unfinished business. If you're good,
no peeking,
they'll let you watch.
Van, think with the big head, okay?
All new Fast Lane. Then can a psychic help John Doe catch a killer? Yeah! Before he strikes again. Oh my God. An all new John Doe mystery.
Friday starting at 11:30 on Fox 9.
What did it take for one American to beat 4 communists in 1960? Just one great stick. Christian hockey sticks, built by hockey players.
Have you ever been in love? Ever felt like you were dreaming when you never thought it could, but it really feels that good? Have you ever been so in love? 'Cause have you ever been in love?
These 3 gentlemen just bought the same name brand suit, but only one bought his suit at Nate's. That makes his suit different. Can you tell the difference? Well, the difference between these men is the price they paid for their suits and what they got.
Right now, Nate's has a huge manufacturer's closeout. Designer wool suits now 45% off. Nate's Clothing. Name brand designer suits for less.
Stories with impact. A Twin Cities nightclub.
It had all the potential for a very bad outcome.
Until the investigators went undercover and got results.
The fire marshal closes down the top floor of the 90s. The Fox 9 News investigator.
Stories that affect you.
For 14 years, Toyota dealers have supported Minnesota high schools. And this year, Toyota is on a drive for education, donating a total of $25,000 to schools that have demonstrated a strong desire to enhance academic and student programs. 10 winning schools will each receive $2,500 from Toyota and your Minnesota Toyota dealers.
Back at the XL Energy Center in St. Paul in the final quarterfinal of Class AA, Roseville and White Bear are tied at 1 after 1. And it's time now to give away some more money thanks to our friends at Toyota. Katie Wickham joins us along with Mike Carter. And Michael, you have another check to hand out here in this intermission.
Yes, Jim, we do. We have a check to present, $2,500 to the Minnesota Valley Lutheran High School this evening. And here to accept is Robert.
And Robert, what is your plans for this money at your school?
Well, our plans are to do some enhancements with the curriculum, and also we've just put in a new closed-circuit TV system, and there are some pieces yet that we need to put into place, and we're going to use it for those facility improvements too.
All right, that sounds great. Maybe you guys can dial up the hockey tournament next year.
Sounds great. I'd like to thank KMSP and like to also thank Toyota Motor Corporation and also the writers in our written comp class that made this all possible. Thanks very much.
All right, it's a great program, and it's all from Toyota. We'll be back with Tom Sagasor's thoughts on period number 1, seeing if the Lincoln or the Corvette is out in front. We'll hear from him after this.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play.
It's Toyota's nationwide spring sales event, where value begins with an all-star lineup of quality Toyota SUVs. And a wise choice is the larger, more powerful 4Runner. Now with a standard V6 or available V8, 4Runner is the star of Truckin's SUV magazine, who named it SUV of the Year. Get to Toyota's nationwide spring sales event, where value begins with quality.
You're a rock star, get the show on.
From tournaments past, this great clip is brought to you by Great Clips for Hair.
In the 1999 tournament, no team seemed to have the answer to the riddles of Benilde St. Margaret's. In their first trip to the state tournament, brothers Jake and Troy Riddle led the Red Knights into the title game. Troy scored 2 goals to help defeat East Grand Forks and capture the 1999 Class A championship.
This great clip brought to you by Great Clips for Hair.
Well, my haircut is not the most important thing in the world, unless it's done wrong. It's a haircut. My haircut. Come to Great Clips, and from walk in to walk out, it's all about me. Relaxed shop, quality products, and well-trained people.
12 years, 50,000 haircuts. I'm experienced.
Price doesn't hurt either. So, my haircut's not the most important thing in the world. It just feels that way here.
Great Clips. Guaranteed satisfaction, guaranteed style.
Back in between periods 1 and 2, Roseville and White Bear knotted at a goal apiece. Jim Rich along with Tom Sagasaur, and the Corvettes struck late in that period after White Bear pretty much had things the way they wanted to. The Corvettes snuck one in there at the end.
Well, this team, both these teams are matched up very well here. 5 shots to 5 shots there for a long time. You know, these teams, anybody can be dangerous here when you got an even game like this.
All right, let's take a look at the highlights of that first period that saw White Bear Lake take the lead early on.
Here you see Lance Malark is going to get the pass from Matt Greer, and he's going to catch the Roseville goalie a little bit off center there, and he kind of throws one in the right side of the net there. Lance Malark gets his 24th goal of the year, and Matt Greer gets his 16th assist of the year. And here we see an opportunity by Roseville. Andy Carroll is going to get the puck behind the net. Watch this. This is a real goal scorer. He's got 35 goals on the year. Andy Carroll, great play by number 15. He's a Roseville inspiration there.
Here's the stats brought to you by Jeep of that opening period. Very even, 1 goal each, and 5 shots as well for each team.
I'll tell you what, it's a very even game. It's going to be who comes out with more leadership and energy and enthusiasm in the second period.
All right, we'll be back with the start of the third period right after this. You're watching the State High School Hockey Tournament on Fox 9.
Come on, hurry.
Deep breaths, honey. Just breathe. Go to your place. Go to your quiet place. Okay.
Got a craving for lots of pecans and a New Orleans-style praline sauce? Do a new pecan praline parfait. And DQ something different.
Start a banking relationship with U.S. Bank, and we'll do everything but roll out the red carpet. Stop by a nearby U.S. Bank now and sign up for free checking with checking that pays and earn cash back every time you use your check card. See a friendly U.S. banker for details. Pay your bills online with U.S. Bank, and we'll do everything but teach you how to type. Stop by U.S. Bank now and sign up for free internet banking. Plus, take advantage of internet bill pay free during your first 60 days.
This is serious. Beginning at 12 noon Saturday, March 8th, you can take advantage of Wick's Furniture's biggest spring sale ever. A sale so big, all stores will close this Friday to prepare. So make your plans. This is your chance to get incredible savings on all the great new looks at Wick's. Our hottest new styles at amazing spring sale price breaks. It all starts at 12 noon Saturday. Wick's biggest spring sale ever. All Wick showrooms closed Friday.
Meteorologist Jamie Peterson, weeknights on Fox 9 News at 9.
Hey, I think the mics are still on.
Tonight's game brought to you by carsoup.com. Trying to sell your car? Trying to buy a new one? Try Car Soup. For only $25, your ad runs till it sells. It's that easy. carsoup.com. And I'll attest to that. I sold my car that way, Louis.
That's what you're just telling me. I'm impressed.
You got to sell yours that way.
I don't have any cars. I can't afford them.
Oh, you got a boat down in Florida, right?
That's right.
How is that old?
That's how it is, old.
Yeah.
Mind games here, Wally. Neither of these teams wanted to come out on the ice. They got right down to 6 seconds, and they both started running down the runway. Both coaches, you know, doing their best to get their team fired up and ready to go. Here we are, second period, tied at 1. We expected a close game. We got it. We got a physical game. We expect to see a little better and sharper offense by both of these clubs. And probably we're going to get a lot more goal-scoring chances because thus far we've only had 1. Even though we got 2 goals, quality chances 1. And that was the one that was scored by Roseville. Carroll on the wraparound.
Took a look at the crowd in here. They had 16,700 in here for the afternoon session. This building seats just over 18. And it's going to be very close to that tonight. If you're new in town, just taking a look at high school hockey for the first time, this is one of the premier events anywhere in the nation in high school athletics. I don't care what they say in Texas about football or Indiana about basketball. This tournament will draw over 110,000 people over 4 days and a statewide television audience. Glad to have you with us tonight, folks. You're enjoying quarterfinal action between the big schools, Class AA, and right now it's 1-1 between Roseville and White Bear Lake, 2 powers. Roseville on the attack. Here's Pat Eagles going in, and he screams one just wide. White Bear regrouping in their own end and grabbing the puck as Kovac going behind his net, throws it back to the corner right on the stick of Svensson of Roseville. He sends it to the point. There's Carlson with a shot, and that had the goaltender John Anderson sprawling.
Eagles is having a great shift here. He's keeping his feet moving. He came down one-on-one on the White Bear defenseman, drew him over to the side, shot back to his opposite side there, and almost scored a goal.
And a breakaway for Svensson. That shot blocked by John Anderson as he went down. He threw the mid up and hauled it in.
He actually looked a little unorthodox there. He's going backwards, falling down, and he reaches up and gloves it. And Roseville has been trying that play all night long. They really were ineffective in the first period. They never completed one of them. This period, they've completed 2. They've got a guy floating out way long, and they got the defenseman passing to him. And here he's in all alone. And look at the save by Anderson.
Mike Sertic winning the faceoff for Roseville. Chases after the puck. Now hauls it in after the corner, but then had it stripped away from him at the blue line. Hanna can't keep it alive. White Bear back to center. Bodies crashing into each other, and no further progress made. White can't bring it in. By carrying on is Connolly to do so. He lost the puck. Back the other direction. Now comes Colin Cody. His shot is a rising wrister. Gloved again by the top goalie in the state of Minnesota, John Anderson.
So far it's been all Roseville. They've had their feet moving, they're passing the puck, and they're getting the shots on the net this period.
And that was quite a shot. Right off the pass, he comes across the middle, and he takes that shot. Boy, he got some steam on that. Well, I'm impressed the way Roseville shoots that puck. When they do let it go, they got some guys that can fire rockets.
Get the old mustard on it, don't they? Puck goes around the goal to the right side. Faust out to center now. Connolly trying to carry on. He's checked up along the boards by number 22, Justin Hanna, but does get it in deep. Now back towards the point. Unable to hold it for Roseville. Just cleared out the center ice with Colin Cody. Roseville, Sertic after the puck. Poked away from him. It's still bouncing around. Finally squirts to neutral. Hanna lost it. White Bear coming back. They've got a man breaking. And it's going to be an offside. It's jumping across the blue line prematurely was Justin Futh.
And they're bringing that faceoff all the way back down. One of the things we just saw there, Roseville defenseman was outside the zone. When the puck's in the zone, the defense have got to move up to the blue line. You work hard to get the puck in the zone. You don't want to let them out that easily. Had the Roseville defenseman been on the blue line, he would have been able to keep it in. They would have still had offensive pressure. You got to move up with the play quickly when you're a defenseman.
Puck comes back towards the blue line where Roseville keeps it alive. Again, they're in the dark uniforms tonight. And White Bear Lake in the white with the black and orange trim. Long clearing effort goes all the way down. There'll be no icing here. Backtracking is Tom Kruger. He clears it back down into the White Bear zone. The Raiders will be charged for icing. 1-1 hockey game. Some of the passing not so sharp, but the score is tied, and that's all that counts right now. Second period hockey resumes from the X in a moment.
Kevin and Jeff are really hammering through, both going strong. Oh, Jeff gets caught up. And Kevin Hine wins the heat. That's his best time in the single buck. He's got to be happy with that. 9:89 is now the time to beat.
Oh. There.
Who says you can't be big and tender? At Timber Lodge Steakhouse, our steaks are always big and tender. Timber Lodge Steakhouse, now featuring our famous walleye dinners for only $13.99.
You got the #1 line from White Bear out there against the 3rd line of Roseville. This is the kind of matchup that White Bear would like to have.
There's a chance, and a shot by Greer hits a stick. Greer gets a backhander off into the corner now for Millark, who has a lone White Bear goal. Lance Millark now cutting out in front, runs into traffic, now brings it on and centers it. And it's picked off there by Odegaard and cleared to center. White Bear won't allow the change. They turn and whistle it right back in off the stick of Mercado. Taylor Cox playing it around to his partner Carlson. Back it comes to Cox again. Off the glass this time. There will not be any icing here, and that'll allow Roseville to finally get their line-up matchup that they want. Again, the dark-clad Raiders are on the road, so they do not get that last player change. The home team does. The home team coming on the attack, spearheaded by Bonnie, who brings it into the zone. Puck behind the net, but Roseville regaining possession, and it's moved to center ice. Here's Kovac. Oh, a big black bunching check behind the goal. Mercado leaves the puck up the right wing wall. Pried out of there and brought up ice now by Bonnie. Bonnie onto the left side for Greer. Drop pass to Bonnie, going right in. He shoots, he hit the pole. No, the red light's on, and the referee is signaling a goal.
Boy, what a play that was. That thing went in and out so fast, Wally.
Wow.
You're right, the thing had hit the pipe. I mean, he came down, he had a good angle. Those two fellas were on a 2-on-2. They made a great little crisscross, and that freed up Bonnie to come on his forehand, coming from the left side, good angle, and he put it right up in the upper corner with some steam on it. Fortunately, the referee's right on the spot and called the goal.
Wow, that came off fast like it hit the pipe, eh?
You see the little fake he gave to his blade?
Yeah.
And he was faking the shot, and Millark was over on the right, and then he just let her fly.
And you could see the twine twitch, and that's all that matters. Give credit to the ref, though. He was right there, eh?
He called it immediately. There was no hesitation.
Millark gets the assist on that scoring play at 3:43. Bonnie getting the goal, his 12th of the year, to spark White Bear Lake to a 2-1 lead. Marty?
That was a great shift by Millark. Earlier in that shift, he drew the defenseman to him, went down around, cut in front of the net on Kaufman, who made the save. And then on that play, coming down 2-on-2, like Lou said, he drew the defender over to him, made a drop pass to Bonnie. Bonnie came in and drew Kaufman down to his knees and put it over his shoulder.
That was one of the prettiest goals we've had in the tournament thus far. Last night or tonight.
Yes, it was.
Very, very good play by the two of them.
Two new centers move in for the draw. White Bear Lake back at their own blue line. Using his body well to shield was number 3, Chris Anderson, but a guy on the far left side went ahead of the play, offside. Otherwise, that was a good rush going by Anderson. Those Raider boys have to be a little happy, enjoying themselves down here in a near capacity crowd at the X.
That's a different pair of gloves there. Orange.
I love how they dress up for these games.
Yep. One thing the fans do enjoy it. You can see every year they keep coming out here.
Here's a chance for Twardowski trying to go in, but Anderson scoops it up. And a good try by Roseville.
Well, Roseville is really trying a lot of long passes. You know, when you do that, if you connect, you look great. But if you don't, you put a lot of pressure on your own defense. You see, to have the long pass, you got to have guys out of your zone. There's, we see the opportunity right there Roseville had. Not a real good shot. He was sort of off balance, and Anderson makes a save. But watch Roseville coming out of the zone, trying long passes. That puts a lot of pressure on their defense if they have any turnovers or if they don't complete the pass.
Sean White passing it up for White Bear. They're unable to clear it. Poked away from Svensson, but not out. Svensson will chase it down the right corner, but he's tied up going for it. And swooping in is Lance Millark. He's got 2 points in this game. Passing across the line as he falls, and the Raiders clear. Poked to center by Anderson. This is Chris Anderson of White Bear, number 3. Back for White. White, where is that going? Oh, it's going on net. Okay, we're trying a 200-footer. Back comes Cox. Across the line for Andy Carroll, who has the lone Raider goal. Off the glass, tipped out to center by Bonnie. To Millard, coming down the right side of the rink this time. Cox makes sure he goes no further. Here's Carlson. Off the wall to center ice. Across the line comes Carroll. He lost the puck. Good checking by both teams. Down in the corner, here's a sprint for it. Josh Faust, an energy guy. Faust trying to put it out in front. Pauling was there. Now a shot from the point. The Smurf line buzzing out here. Cox has a puck for the Raiders. Long bomb goes down ice. Errant and icing.
There we go again. A lot of them. Too many times, you know, if you think about how much time you're giving up the puck and how much time you could have with puck control, if you make the passes come out. We've seen White Bear from the 7-8 minute mark of the first period start to really move the puck well in their own zone. Short 7, 8, 10-foot passes. Roseville still hasn't done that. And I think that that's really affected their offensive play because they had no way, shape, or form coming out with any kind of line rushes.
Semi-final action tomorrow beginning at noon. It'll be Class A, Warroad versus Orono. Rochester Lourdes versus Simley in the 2 afternoon games. Then tomorrow night, the Nannies and Wally Shaver will be back here beginning at 7 o'clock. Holy Angels versus Anoka. And Eden Prairie will take on the winner of this hockey game. Be a great day of semi-final action in both Class A and AA.
Right, Wally. We don't, you know, we've seen a lot of hitting here tonight. We don't have a penalty yet.
You're right.
I really like the way the referees are letting them play, and we have seen both of these clubs using their body. They're not shying away at all.
And they're not taking cheap shots.
No,
this is
no,
good hard hockey. Keeping everybody honest. There's a long shot by Berger on target. Thought by Jared Paulson, the senior goalie. We'll take a timeout and return to the X for more high school hockey.
Now there's an extra reason to look forward to Fridays.
I cannot wait.
Perfect. I'm starving over here. McDonald's rocks.
Everybody remain calm.
You heard right. It's $1 Filet-O-Fish Fridays at McDonald's. For a limited time, get your favorite Filet-O-Fish sandwiches for only $1 each after 4 p.m. on Fridays. But hurry in, because Fridays won't be this good for long.
That's what I'm talking about.
Roseville came back out this period, leading the period with hits. Roseville has 10 and White Bear Lake has just 6. But we are seeing a lot of bodies fly, but good, clean hits. I'm sure Sagasaur likes it down low.
Jersey on Jersey. Here's Cruiser flipping it out to center ice for Roseville. Cruiser now ties up his man along the boards, but stepping around the traffic jam. Here's Pat Conley trying to work in. Shoots, a score! It's tipped in, and it's now 3-1 as Matt Anderson scores for White Bear.
Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful play. Conley comes down, he steals the puck on the board, and Anderson broke right for the net. Whenever you get the opportunity 2-1, somebody's got to go to the net. Anderson went to the net, and that was tape to tape. What a pass by Conley and a great tip in by Anderson.
So watch right here. Conley coming down the off wing, goes right out down to Anderson down low, who got behind the Roseville defender, just tipped it past Kaufman, a beautiful goal.
Oh, that was pretty. We have seen some classic goals in this game, eh?
We've had real good, not a lot of shots, 9-8, but boy, the goals that were scored, they were good goals. They were nice plays.
Oh, there's a penalty right after the goal, too. White Bear Lake called for high sticking.
Sager's not too happy about that. He's still yelling at the referee. But this is something you don't want to do if you're White Bear. Once you score a goal, you do not want to give a goal right back. We saw that happen the other night. In fact, in the single A last night, Wally, it was a 4-2 game, became 4-3 right away. I think that was what spurred Simley on to win the game.
Now a power play, the game's first. Roseville has a vaunted power play, 38% on the year. And that's a staggeringly good number in your favor. Whoops, John Anderson falls behind his net, but he gets some help as defenseman Chris Anderson swings it around the boards and all the way down. Kaufman will leave it there for his D. Hanna backhands it up the boards. Eagles trying to further the cause up the wall. They do. Oh, here they come, 3-on-1. Cross the line. There's a shot right on by Babington and a save for John Anderson.
And a good play by Chris Anderson. It was a 3-on-1 like you pointed out. He kept the shooter to the outside, gave him no angle. The goalie could handle that, but he took away the pass by his positioning between him and the guys on the side. He just had him played perfectly right there.
Just the way John Anderson likes it. Keep him to the perimeter. Now, coach's son, Mike Sertich, taking the draw. Roseville trying to gain possession. It's still loose. Finally picked up by Sertich, working right in, and he whistles it high and wide. At the blue line, puck kept alive by Cody. There's a shot. The puck changes course, bouncing around. Oh, and it ends up behind the net. Sertich was camped on the side but couldn't find the handle. Twardowski down there trying to free it up. Leaving it for number 15, Andy Carroll. To Sertich. Sertich back to the point. They go to the other door now. Here's Cody with a shot, and Anderson the save.
Great play by Anderson there to come out of his crease, take the angle away, so that there was no daylight behind him in the net. White Bear Lake's putting on an awfully aggressive defensive check on their shorthanded play here.
It's an absolutely awesome power play for Roseville, but you look at the White Bear penalty kill, they're at 90%, which in itself is an outstanding number.
A good matchup between the two of them, and good penalty killings, aggressive. But right now, Roseville really throwing that puck around well. They had some great passing there, and Sertich, what quick hands he's got. Like his older brother playing over at Colorado College there.
Back to the point, it's relayed. Winding up now is Carlson. Passes back to the other side. They go cross ice. Some good efforts there, but Carroll fanned on it. Now comes back over to Cody. He dives to keep it alive. White Bear breaks out 3-on-1, shorthanded. Cross the line a little bit behind Chris Anderson, and he'll just further it along the way. It'll kill off some time now with 20 seconds of power play remaining for Roseville, and they're trailing by 2 goals. Here come the Raiders. Cruiser cruising across the line. Picks up speed into the right corner. Checked and knocked down by Mercado. Mercado swings it around for Chris Anderson. They clear to the point, not out. Peter Morrison with it. Hands it off. Now Cody takes it off the walls. The penalty expires. Cody shot right on. And Anderson another save.
I can tell you right now, White Bear does not want to give Roseville another power play. The way Roseville throws that puck around and sets up, they are quick. They're accurate with their passes. They shoot off the pass. They were very unfortunate for Roseville that Carroll missed that one shot off the pass because he's got a cannon. But really, Roseville looked extremely sharp moving that puck in the offensive zone.
Is that the best power play we've seen so far in the tourney?
That is the best we've seen in the tourney thus far. Great puck movement.
Peter Morrison wings the draw, but White Bear steals, and here they come. Another odd man rush. Down the right side is Matt Anderson, but catching up and knocking him down was Kellen Chambly. Third, but not out. Pinching in. Kovac keeping it alive. Another try for Chambly will clear the zone. The Raiders trying to gather it up, but at center ice is shot right back in by Troy Kolova. Kolova passing it through, trying to reach for it. Number 9 for White Bear, but can't quite get there. Morrison check hard into the wall. Kolova, solid player. Kolova trying to put the hurt on the game, but backing away was Justin Hand as he delivers it down ice. It's Odegaard trying to get to it, drops it off into the slot. Now here's a wrister by Chambly, centering it and it hits the skate and changes direction, going back to the corner. 3-1 hockey game. White Bear Lake leading. They came into this period tied at 1, and White Bear scored twice. Here they come once more. Mike Greer stood up as he crossed the line and knocked to the ice. Quick defensive change for the Bears. It's a longer one this period as the two teams have to swap ends, and it's a long change on those benches. 4.5 to go in the period. Pushed into the zone by Andy Carroll. Going back is White for White Bear. Turned it over to the Raiders. Players working along the wall. Here's Svensson going behind the goal. Tied up en route by Millard. Handing it off. Svensson trying to roll it back down to the corner on a cycling maneuver, but it's intercepted en route by Matt Greer. He goes around to the other side for Chris Anderson, who relays to center. Anderson once more. Oh, they love the long bombs.
Well, now White Bear started to try it. I'll tell you one thing, Millark's having a sensational night out here for White Bear. Right now, he's been the best player in the ice this round.
Here come the Bears. Bonnie trying to cut in, forced wide by number 17, Neil Carlson. Back to the point instead. There's a shot on goal, and it's scooped up by Jared Kaufman. Timeout on the ice. It's a thrilling match between two arch rivals, and right now the Bears are leading the Raiders.
I'm a Ford truck man, that's all I drive. I ain't got no boundaries, I don't compromise. I'd rather walk 10 miles and be down on my luck than ride around a block in another kind of pickup truck. If you see me on the highway in a left-hand lane, lost on a back road in a driving rain, up past the timberline where the ride gets rough, ain't no doubt my king of the mountains built for tough.
This Class AA quarterfinal is being brought to you by Toyota and your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, get the feeling. I got the feeling this is a long ways from being over this one, guys.
I think you're right. But I want to tell you, White Bear has been extremely disciplined with their centerman up high. Whenever they're forechecking, their centerman's just taking away the middle, and that's forcing Roseville to go to the boards. And Roseville's not using short passes on the boards. They're trying those lengths of the ice ones.
Fake on a shot. I don't know why, because he had a good chance at that point. But by pausing, Surdich allowed the goalie to get square.
I'm not sure if he just lost his balance for a moment, because you're right. Had he shot that right off the pass there, the goalie wouldn't have had time to do that.
I think what Roseville is seeing is that Anderson has a tendency to go down here, so he faked the shot here. He went down.
You're right.
I think he's going to try and go over him, and if Roseville gets another power play, I think we're going to see some more of that fake shot and look for the guy on the backside.
Surdich will take the draw for Roseville. He's wearing number 19 in the black. But instead it's won by Lance Millard, number 12 in the white. Up the wall now for Bonnie. Bonnie finds Greer breaking down the right wing boards, trying to streak across the line to get around Cox. He takes it in deep. Cox finally backhands it away from him. Chambly along the boards lost it. Raiders getting the puck back. Surdich stops, then makes a handoff. Cox taking it. Bank pass off the boards, goes to Cody at center. Twardowski ducks off a check. Chambly back, or Chris Anderson for White Bear, sends it up the boards and is backhanded to center by White. Shot right back in, but it'll be an offside called against the Raiders.
We just saw Roseville coming out of the zone, and if you were watching the players on the boards, because they are moving so far out of the zone so quickly, they're standing flat-footed. When you get the puck flat-footed, you're easily to be checked.
Yep.
White Bears got their feet moving. They're getting to a man immediately. Roseville's got to start deeper, shorter passes, come together, and come with a forward unit. And I think they'll be much more effective on the rush than they've been trying these long passes.
Wally Shaver joined by Lou Nanny and Marty Nanny here at the boys high school hockey tournament. Play is in the neutral zone. It is White Bear Lake 3, Roseville 1. The Bears back in their own zone. Big check thrown down there by Eagles. But the Bears do maintain control, and they initiate a rush up the middle. Millard, boy, this guy's had a game. Down the left side, and that shot wide. There's a rebound from the point right on. The defenseman saved as the goalie was pushed back into the net. And finally, the puck deflects out of play.
Well, the defenseman pushed the goalie in the net. Tor lost his balance, went into the goaltender. They're both in the net, and the puck hits him.
Every time that Millark's on the ice, he's making things happen. He's keeping his feet moving. What a lot of kids don't do is shoot off stride. You see here he comes down the left wing, keeps driving, tries to get a shot on net. If nothing else, he looks for a rebound.
Oh.
Then defenseman comes in and helps Kaufman find his way back into the crease.
Wasn't that Dustin Mercado of White Bear that went in there and pushed the guy down?
Well, he hit the guy, and the guy lost his balance. He hit Dorr. Dorr lost his balance, went right into him. Mercado's had a very solid game. Now that you mentioned, he has really been effective with his body. Plus, he's also been moving the puck. Watch, if you just watch that play that they got the opportunity on, White Bear came out with a couple of short passes with speed. That created the opportunity for him.
They step up at center ice, but the puck deflects into the zone. White Bear player falls. That was number 9, Troy Kaloba. Raiders skating hard after it along the boards. There's number 3, Chambly, but now it's cleared out to center ice. Puck loose. Bears pop it in. Here's Justin Hanna. Been very good down the stretch. He's quick. He's got a good shot. Gets the Raiders out to center ice with a head man pass to Kellen Chambly. Big collision there. And that was thrown by number 6, Sean White. Here's White picking up the puck now. Little bump pass off the boards. Kaloba. Long effort just out of the reach of Connolly will carry all the way down. And an icing call as we enter the final minute of the second period of tonight's game.
Well, Roseville started early on this period. Looked like they were going to have a much better period, but as it's gone on, White Bear's taken it over with better puck control, moving their skates. They really have been effective. They've got 10 shots, but they've had more quality shots than Roseville's had. Roseville's best opportunities came on a power play. And one thing White Bear wants to do, continue to body check, but stay out of the penalty box. Body check like you've been doing thus far. Really clean, heavy hits.
Lance Millark on the ice. He's number 12 there, one of the captains for this team. Keep an eye on him. For White Bear, with the shot to score! And suddenly it's a 3-2 hockey game.
Great play by the defenseman there. Taylor Cox just throws it on net. It makes its way through a screen into the upper left-hand corner over John Anderson's shoulder. Just like Lou was saying earlier, it never hurts to get a shot on net. You don't know what's going to happen. Great play there.
That was totally screened for Anderson. He had no chance. If you watch his reaction, as that puck comes, Taylor Cox shoots it right here, right through people. You see how many guys are in the way right there? It looks like it even got tipped right there.
Yep. Surdich.
Yeah, Surdich did tip it. But boy, oh boy, he was skating across. Look at him right here. See, you got 2 guys in front of Anderson. The puck gets tipped up.
Wow, all of a sudden it's a 1-goal game. Bears right back on the rush. A shot lands on goal. Now it goes out in behind the net. Banging away for it is Bonnie trying to pry it loose, but the Raiders will slide it slowly all the way down. There'll be no icing here. Hustling back is number 34, Kovacs. Big check in the corner, drops 2 players, 1 from each team. Here's Carlson now for the Raiders. There's a headman pass. Twardowski trying to tee it up, and that rising shot stopped by Anderson, and he covers up quickly.
He covers up because he had Carroll bearing down on him, and Mercado rolled him off. But that's what you got to do. You got to drive to the net. If you're Roseville, you got to look for those rebounds. And right now, 15 seconds to go, Roseville got a huge goal in the last minute of play. A huge goal. White Bear was in complete control. They were very effective in their own zone. They weren't giving up any quality scoring chances. And a shot, like Marty says, just put it on the net. As it's going towards the net, Surdich deflects it, and that's made a big difference for Roseville here.
Here's White for White Bear. Up for Anderson. Matt Anderson check. They send it out in front, and it goes just wide of the goal on that centering drive by Eagles. And that's going to do it for the period. Whoa, what a hockey game, and what a third period we got coming up, guys.
I think we're going to have a real good third period. You never like to give up a goal in the first minute of play or the last minute of play.
Yep.
Big momentum builders. And right now, Roseville has to take a huge sigh of relief that they were able to get that goal in the last minute.
Every time you see this Pat Eagles on the ice, too, he becomes more and more of a factor. He's a real spark plug. He gets out there, he forechecks hard, gets the puck, makes great plays. He had 30 assists on the season, so you know he's a great playmaker.
Steve Surdich, the head coach, now in his 9th year behind the Roseville bench, is downstairs with Ryan Lund.
Well, Steve, can you overstate how big that goal was?
We needed that desperately, to get down 2 to these guys, and with their good goalie, we knew we'd be in trouble, so it's good that Mike got that tip.
We talked beforehand about a relatively easy run through sections. Does that have you concerned playing in such a tight game right now?
No, it doesn't. These kids will respond. We haven't really played you know, the game that we can play. So I'm hoping that some of the momentum off that last goal will carry over.
It seems like you've been stronger at the end of both periods so far.
Yeah, we need to get started a little bit earlier in the period, that's for sure.
And was this what you expected from White Bear Lake? You knew they were going to come at you, be physical, hit you hard.
No surprises. You know, we talked before, and they're a physical team, and they play well in their end, so it's going to be tough to get a couple goals off them.
All right, well, no surprise that this game is close after 30 minutes of hockey. Steve Serdich, thank you very much. Roseville down by 1 goal as we head into the final period of our Class AA quarterfinals at the Boys State High School Hockey Tournament.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. All that glitters is gold.
It's Toyota's nationwide spring sales event, where value begins with an all-star lineup of quality Toyota SUVs. And a wise choice is the larger, more powerful 4Runner. Now with a standard V6 or available V8, 4Runner is the star of Truckin's SUV magazine, who named it SUV of the Year. Get to Toyota's nationwide spring sales event, where value begins with quality.
You're a rock star. Get the show on.
Start a banking relationship with U.S. Bank, and we'll do everything but roll out the red carpet. Stop by a nearby U.S. Bank now and sign up for free checking with checking that pays and earn cash back every time you use your check card. See a friendly U.S. banker for details. Pay your bills online with U.S. Bank, and we'll do everything but teach you how to type. Stop by U.S. Bank now and sign up for free internet banking. Plus, take advantage of internet bill pay free during your first 60 days.
The network that rewrote the future of television comedy is taking a crack at TV's legendary past.
Quick! Turn on Carson. That zoo guy's on, and he's got red-ass baboons.
Consider yourself warned.
You embarrass me, I'll make your life a living hell.
Would you give me a little credit? Over here! Check out the craters on this moon!
Oliver Bean.
Premieres Sunday, March 9th at 7:30 on Fox 9.
No one works harder to earn your business than your appliance specialist at Warner Stellian.
Get free Metro delivery, free installation when permitted, and free recycling. We'll help you choose from the largest selection around. The more you need, the more you save. Plus, pay nothing for up to 6 months.
Free is good. Come and get it from your appliance specialist at Warner Stellian.
What did it take for one American to beat 4 communists in 1960? Just one great stick. Christian hockey sticks, built by hockey players.
Fox Friday. 2 dangerous beauties, 1 undercover cop, and some unfinished business. All new Fast Lane. Then can a psychic help John Doe catch a killer? Yeah! Before he strikes again? Oh, God. An all-new John Doe mystery.
Friday starting at 11:30 on Fox 9.
Taco Bell's new Monterey Chicken Quesadilla. Rich Monterey Jack cheese meets spicy pepper jack, melted together with all white meat chicken for a taste so tempting it might trigger a Monterey matchup.
For another matchup, order 4 combo meals from Taco Bell. Turn in your receipts for a free Timberwolves ticket good for select games. Also get a chance to win 2 courtside seats and free tacos for a year.
For the new Monterey Chicken Quesadilla, think outside the bun.
Welcome back to the XL Energy Center in between periods 2 and 3, and what a hockey game we have going here to wrapping up this game. Roseville's got some excitement back with that late goal. That really makes a difference going into this 3rd period, doesn't it, Tommy?
Oh, boy. Roseville knew exactly what they needed to do to get back into this game. They did it, they executed, and it was exciting to watch there towards the last minute of the period.
Now, really, you look at the period, somebody said, well, the shots are 14-11 after 2 periods of play. You think, geez, what a dull hockey game. But that has not been the case. These 2 teams are really going to, and you talked about the pure goal scorers on these teams. When these guys get a scoring opportunity, they are burying them.
I'll tell you what, Lance Millark for White Bear has been playing very well tonight. And on the other side, you got Andrew Carroll. He's deadly. Anytime he gets inside the blue line, the White Bear, the big mobile defensemen for White Bear, have to be careful. They have to watch him because he's deadly anytime he's on the ice.
All right, John Anderson, of course, is the Mr. goaltender in the state of Minnesota this year. What have you thought of him in this first 2 periods that we've seen?
Well, you know, John, he's the Frank Brimsick Award winner.
Right.
And the thing about John is that when he comes out, he stays on his feet. So as a forward, when you're coming in on John Anderson, you got to try to get him to make the first move. So you got to try to make a dip or some type of you got to be thinking pass maybe to try to get the puck behind him. But so far tonight, he's been really good and solid on his feet.
Yeah, because they talked a lot about that upstairs. Wally mentioned it, and Lou mentioned it as well. It seemed like Roseville was waiting for an opportunity, almost trying to outweight him. Can you really do something in a game like this and try to second-guess a goaltender?
The best thing for a goaltender like that is you got to catch him by surprise. If you can catch him by surprise, you might be able to get the puck behind him, and it's a mesh. But the most important thing is to do the one-timer in that regard. You know, Andy Carroll, Mike Surdich, these guys got to be ready to shoot the puck at any point in time, anytime they're in the quality scoring area, which we call inside the house in front of the goaltender.
All right, we'll come back here inside the house with highlights of period 2, plus a look at the statistics as well.
Introducing our new 2004 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo. With legendary four-wheel drive capability and an abundance of safety features, you'll have to work hard to make winter driving a challenge. Check one out today.
If this represents Minnesota's forests, this represents how much is harvested each year. If this represents the amount of wood harvested in Minnesota, this represents the amount of wood grown to replace it. That's the real beauty of a renewable resource. Minnesota Forest Industries. We take care of the forest.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. New Sierra Mist. Taste one shockingly refreshing lemon lime.
I gotta get me a dog like that.
We're just about set for the third period of what should be a classic hockey game between Roseville and White Bear Lake. Just one goal separating these two teams and a sensational second period. You're not going to see any better goals scored than the ones we saw in that period.
Absolutely awesome offensive opportunities. We're going to see Dan Bonney here. He gets a drop pass. He comes in. Boom, nothing but mesh. See ya. What a great shot by him. Great pass by Lance Millark. We see an upper view of it here. All mesh. No pipe there. Now we get a chance to see Matt Anderson's goal. Great individual effort by Pat Connolly. Fights through the blue line there. Tip. Boom. Matt Anderson with his 15th goal of the year. Good job, Matt Anderson. And that put White Bear up 3-1. But Mike Surdich, we're going to see a goal here. Mike Surdich gets in there, and he's looking for a tip now. Watch the Taylor Cox makes the shot, but Mike Surdich has got his stick on the ice. Anytime you're in front of that goalie on the ice, keep your stick.
And let's take a look at the numbers of that second period, brought to you by Chrysler. And your favorite number, they got it highlighted down there, the hits.
Well, 15-9 in hits for Roseville. At the end of that period, Roseville really had it rolling. They had the Corvette engine all fired up. And going into the third period, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch these two teams. Both these teams have the ability to strike. And that's what's exciting about watching these guys.
I'll tell you, a lot of those hits almost looked like it was a demolition derby out there at times. We'll be back with the call of the third period right after this.
Of damage in 13 hours. Marshall Field's 13-hour sale. Saturday only.
Kevin and Jeff are really hammering through, both going strong. Oh, Jeff gets caught up. And Kevin Hine wins the heat. That's his best time in the single buck. He's got to be happy with that. 9:89 is now the time to beat.
Oh. There's that.
Who says you can't be big and tender?
At Timber Lodge Steakhouse, our steaks are always big and tender. Timber Lodge Steakhouse, now featuring our famous walleye dinners for only $13.99.
Want a Zap Velvet Leaf? Nail, foxtail, water hemp. Take out woolly cupgrass, morning glory, pigweed. Use Liberty herbicide to take out over 120 broadleaf weeds and grasses faster than any other herbicide. Yet Liberty is so ingenious, it never touches your corn, which means yields rise. Liberty, smarter seed, smarter herbicide. And now get 30% more power at the new 32-ounce rate.
Looking to start up the excitement in your life? Then get to your Northland Ford dealer and check out the new Ford Focus. The best small car to drive. And right now, you can lease a new Focus for just $199 a month. Hurry and drive off in a Ford Focus for only $199 a month. Only at your Northland Ford dealer.
He's getting the big gift.
9.
This classic Class AA matchup is being brought to you by U.S. Bank. Other banks promise great service. U.S. Bank guarantees it. And we're going to guarantee a very tight and close finish here. Third period of hockey coming up, and a 1-goal lead for the White Bear Lake Bears over the Roseville Raiders.
Not unexpected.
No.
We're right where we expect it to be. Each of these clubs is capable of winning this game. We knew it was going to be tight all the way. They certainly haven't disappointed in that aspect of it. I think if Roseville moves the puck out of their zone better, they're going to be much more effective and have a better chance of tying this game. I'm really impressed the way White Bear made adjustments, start coming out better out of their own zone, and the discipline of their center to take away the middle. And I think Roseville has got the better firepower, but they're not getting the puck as a unit. You saw how sharp they are on the power play when they have the puck in the offensive zone, how well they can throw it around. That's what they need to do, come up to the ice like that and create opportunities.
And Marty, your thoughts on the third?
Well, we're looking for great things. I tell you what, White Bear Lake provided us with the 3 best goals we've seen in this tournament, and there's the first goal. Tied up ball game.
It's 8 seconds into the period, and Svensson finishes off an Eagles pass, and we're tied.
What a nice passing play that was right off the bat. When you get a couple passes like that and you have a wing like Swenson break into the net, it was a perfect pass right on the tape. That's all it took. Look at one pass there, and here comes the second pass here, and now comes the third pass. That's what they hadn't been doing all game long. That's what they did now.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest difference in their play.
Great play by Eagles, going around the defenseman, putting on Svensson's tape, who got right behind the defenseman and tipped it past Anderson.
Andy Carroll also gets an assist on that play along with the Eagles. Now they send it out in front again, and the shot right on by Carroll is snuffed by John Anderson.
Wally, that goal at the end of the period made a huge difference to this Roseville Hockey Club, and I'm certain that Steve Sertich went in there and told him, you guys were right back in it, right where we got to be. Now go out and play the way you can, because they have come out with all guns a-blazing.
Tie hockey game. Off the draw, back to the point. That shot screams just wide of the goal. Back in the other point now. It's Babington trying to keep it alive. He does by throwing it down in the corner. Twardowski is pinned up along the boards. Puck goes cross ice. Pinching in is Hanna. Now moving in is Cody. Cody's all tied up by a couple of Bears, but managed to center it anyways. Here's a shot by Babington and it's blocked. Bears trying to break loose or haul down at center. There'll be no call here. And it's doubtful he would have had a chance to make a play on the puck anyhow.
Well, 8,000 fans are booing and 8,000 are clapping.
3-3 hockey game. If you just sat back down and watched the third period, 8 seconds into it, Svensson scored for Roseville, and we're tied. It was his 29th goal of the year. He knows how to finish. Raiders, third of center ice. Here's Mercado blocking it at the White Bear blue line and backing up into his own zone. Feeds it right onto the stick of Hanna. He'll send it right back in and head off on a defensive change for the Raiders. Bears move right, pass left. Onto the stick of number 10, Chad Berger. Berger's play goes into the zone. Netminder Kaufman coming out, ringing it around. Stepping up is Mercado to throw a check.
Puck to center ice, just misses Chambly and will carry the distance and become an icing call.
Mercado doing what he does best. He came in there and he knew he had to take the body, because whenever you're going to tie in the offensive zone, you've got to make sure you take the body, because if he touches that puck, deflects it past you, he's gone. Mercado moves in from the blue line, try to keep the puck in, took the man out. He's had a strong game there tonight for White Bear. Been a big factor. 6'3" back there. He's a big man.
Yes, he is. Here's Taylor Cox, second-year player. Good talent, good student. Plays it down ice. Bears banking off the boards, not out, held in by Svensson, who got the tying goal, handing it off now to Eagles. Eagles relays to the point, back down low behind Svensson, taking it off the wall, is put out in front, puck still loose. Here's Eagles grabbing it, sending it back to the blue line for Carlson. Now over to the left wall for Svensson. His centering attempt is blocked and picked off now by Millark. He's unable to clear it. Carroll holds it in, picks it up on the left side, tries to drop it back, does. Sent back to the point, now in front for Svensson, but it's tipped away from his reach. Bears now a little bit flustered in their own end. Here's Eagles picking it up. High slot, shot hits Carroll. Puck still loose. And finally the Bears come back roaring out of their own zone. Millark down the right, cuts to the middle, swept away from him. Actually, that's Bonnie down there, number 21. Cox rolls it back behind his net for Carlson. They slam it back up the wall. Held in at the point by White. And a second effort by the Raiders clears the glass. Tie hockey game. And there's some very, very happy Raiders about that outcome. 8 seconds into the third period.
RX Auto Service brings you Monster Check, presented by Ford Trucks, part of the Subway Motorsports Series. Brought to you by Cost Cutters Family Hair Care. March 15th, the Metrodome.
Fox Friday, 2 dangerous beauties, 1 undercover cop, and some unfinished business. All new Fast Lane. Then can a psychic help John Doe catch a killer before he strikes again? Oh, God. An all-new John Doe mystery.
Friday starting at 11:30 on Fox 9.
Here we go with a tie hockey game. The Raiders head-manning a pass to center ice. Coming out of the zone, across the line now is number 23, Corlin Cody. Backhanding it in. Up along the boards, Twardowski trying to put it down low, but the Bears come roaring right back. Going wide right is Connolly. Lost the puck. And Sertic trying to cut in. But a good defensive effort by the Bears are there to stop play. They bump into the net, but everything stays stable back there. At the White Bear blue line, here comes Kalova. Down the left for White Bear, getting around one man, trying to center it, he does. But not quite ready for that centering pass was Matt Anderson, who does have 1 goal here tonight. Bears go back to their own line, go D to D. Kovacs. Steered into the zone by Anderson. And now Cruiser to center ice for number 14, Odegaard. He's checked. Delayed offside, but the Bears do clear the zone. And now begin a 2-man forecheck effort. Kovacs winging it around the wall. Out to center ice it carries. Bears are offside once they try to re-enter the Roseville zone.
I think we saw 6 hits on that shift. Everybody that went to a man eliminated him. I tell you right now, both of these clubs know that the next goal could win with 10:46 to go in the game, and each of these teams right now smelling victory, and they know they can't eliminate a guy unless they get to him quickly, and they are using their speed, their skating, they're both moving the way they should be, and they are really being much more effective checking than they were early in the game.
Carlson for Roseville bounces a puck back to the White Bear line, but they're unable to clear. Eagles takes a shot, they score! Once again, Svensson breaking to the net, tips it home. A duplication of the goal, and it's suddenly 4-3 Roseville.
Well, Marty's right. Eagles has had a great night, and he did it again. And Svensson, he said, I did it once, I might as well do it again. Go to the net. He went to the net. Perfect timing, deflection in the net.
Holy moly, what a finish this game is.
You'll see here the defenseman loses the puck over to the far boards. Eagles comes in, gets it, puts a shot on net. Never a bad play. Svensson drives in, tips it in once again.
30 goals on the year now for young Brandon Svensson, a senior.
And Wally, we're seeing how this team did get over 500 points. Now, we see the explosiveness of this hockey club.
Well, that line alone, 75 goals this year for Carroll, Eagles, and Svensson. And they bagged 3 more tonight for 78 on the year. White Bear trailing Lance Malark now, who has had a great game himself with a goal and an assist. Gets it down low. There's a centering shot. Blocked. It's still loose. Another try. Hits traffic and comes to the line. Kovacs will keep it in. Puck bounces high in the air. Carroll's check, but does clear. Backing up is Kovacs. Sends it up the boards to Mercado. Big scrumming right in front of the Roseville bench. And they fly it across the left side for Dan Bonney. There's a wrist shot. Snagged out of the air by Jared Kaufman.
And Kaufman saw he had a man bearing down on a Malark, and he did not want Malark to get near to that net. And he just gloved it and took time and take the face off. Very, very good move by the goaltender there. A lot more intensity as this game gets closer to the end. You see each of these clubs playing with a great deal more intensity.
Tie game after the first. It was 1-1. White Bear then scored 2 goals to go up 3-1. And now 3 straight goals to put Roseville ahead. But now we have a penalty being called.
Zerdich is going to go for tripping right off the face-off. And this is going to give White Bear their first power play opportunity. We'll see if they can be as effective as Roseville was. Even though Roseville didn't score, you see, watch Zerdich right here. Just tripped the man right.
Yep.
You see, when he had the face-off, Zerdich did something you want to do in your own defensive zone. Sometimes you don't get away with it, but he put the stick between his legs and drove him out of there. But he didn't take the stick out. And as the player tried to release and get away, he just gave him a little tug. He went down, and White Bears on the power play.
White Bears power play 22.6%. Their coach was saying they were getting pretty fancy early on, but now they're just shooting. And they're going to need to do so at this point. Malark playing it back in behind the goal. Bonney is waiting for it. Scrapping along the boards is Greer. Here's Greer behind the net. Back up the ball to Bonney, but it escapes his reach. And Kovacs will have to go back to his own blue line. To Bonney. Bonney's line has 50 goals on the year. Here they come into the attack zone. Rung around. Mercado will hold it in at the right point. Try to slot it down low. Broken up by Roseville. And here's a breakaway for Svensson. Going in, he shoots, and Anderson, a huge save. He lost his goal stick. The puck goes into the corner, and they blow the whistle.
Well, fortunately, he lost his goal stick as he was going to save the puck. He didn't release it or let it go, or you get a penalty shot. He really was making the move forward. You want to make sure
that's right.
You don't throw that goal stick. Good effort right there, but I'll tell you, Svensson was going down. He still had the presence of mind to get the shot away.
But I'm wondering why the whistle. The puck was loose.
I think the referee just lost sight of it. He thought it went into him, but it didn't. It went by him after he made the save.
Very aggressive penalty kill by Roseville here. They were doing a great job in their own defensive zone, and they're in the offensive zone, applying the pressure even when they're shorthanded.
Yeah, whenever you got a team that scores that many goals and has a lot of goal scorers, you'll notice their penalty killing is also going to be aggressive because the forwards that they use up front are used to scoring goals and used to taking the opportunities whenever they find them to score a goal.
Dracula getting the face-off back to the point. There's a wrist shot. Kaufman, the glove save.
Great play there by White Bear. Centerman plays back to the defenseman, back to the centerman, over to the weak side D, who was able to get an unscreened shot on net on Kaufman.
And that's White Bear. Whenever they're getting those shots from the point, somebody's got to get to the front of the net quicker. The forwards have got to release. When they see the puck going back to the blue line, somebody has got to head for the front of the net to bother that goaltender.
Kalova, Connolly, Matt Anderson up front for White Bear Lake. They've got Chris Anderson in white on the points.
Kalova all alone there too.
Carroll turns and clears. Retreating will be the Bears to regroup the power play. Penalty clock ticking down, 50 seconds to go in the manpower advantage. Whoops, an errant pass. Eagles will send it right back in. 200 feet away are the Bears. Faking left, going right is Chris Anderson. Give and go. Feeds left for White. Crossing center, they'll just dump it in. Kaufman stops behind. Andrew Carroll going for it. Checked up along the boards. White pinching down the wall, keeps it in deep. Connolly handing it off now for Kalova. Back to Conley. There's a shot, and no problem for Kaufman.
That puck almost seemed like it deflected up. Kaufman was very alert on that. He made certain that he gloved it and held on to it. Winding down 7:51, and White Bear not getting any real good opportunities here. They've got to be a little sharper in the offensive zone, make those passes a little quicker, and get somebody set up in the slot area, somebody that can get free with a good shot from a good angle here.
Go to the point for Kovacs. There's a boomer, but Kaufman had plenty of vision to see that all the way in.
Good play by Malark there off that face-off. He caught up on the top of the circle, got the puck, passed it over to the weak side defenseman, and then, like Lou said earlier, a couple of the White Bear forwards crashed in net.
Greer pulls it off to the side where Bonnie was all alone. Here's Bonnie, number 21, putting it out in front. Oh, it's an escape, and then he turns and shoots. A block, the rebound. Oh, and Bonnie was stoned right at the goal line.
What a save that was by Kaufman. I'll tell you, Bonnie was in tight, like you said. It looked like it was going to get over Kaufman.
Yeah.
It didn't do it. He got a piece of it, enough to keep it out of the net.
Matt Greer coming out to center. Second on the team in goals and points. He wears number 16, but here comes the Raiders right back. And that shot by Sertic is just wide. Cross-ice pass. On the attack now, Malark across the line, going back over to Greer. That shot, it was off to the corner. But the players tumble down the corner. Greer with the puck. He's pinned up along the boards, still trying to fight through it, but it's intercepted, and Colin Cody begins moving up ice for Roseville. Roseville in the state tourney for the second straight year. It's their third tournament appearance. Last year they beat Moorhead 4-2, then lost to Holy Angels 6-3, ending up finishing third in the tourney. Here's Mercado for White Bear, who are making their 16th tournament appearance. Twice in the last 3 years, and the 6th time in the last 10 years for the Bears. That's why Roseville coach Steve Sertic says White Bear is the measuring stick. And right now, he's out measuring the Bears 4-3. Scramble off to the side of the White Bear goal. Several players scrambling around for it. Finally pried loose. White Bear flipping to the glass. Anderson getting it across the line and deep. Backtracking hurriedly is Babington, but we have a whistle and a pause.
Hurt player down in the corner.
Timeout on the ice. It's 4-3 Roseville, under 6 minutes now remaining.
Come on, hurry.
Deep breaths, honey. Just breathe. Go to your place. Go to your quiet place. Okay.
Got a craving for lots of pecans and a New Orleans-style praline sauce? Do a new pecan praline parfait. And DQ something different.
Shots close like the game. 18-16 for Roseville on shots. 4-3 on the scoreboard.
Along with Marty Nanny, Lou Nanny, Wally Shaver with you. Downstairs, it's Jim Rich.
Coach Tim Sager.
Yeah, Tim Sager just...
He's downstairs and he's trying to get these guys going. That's right. Clock's winding down. 5:55 to go.
And also Tom Sagasor and Ryan Lund on our expanded coverage this year on Fox 9. Hope you're enjoying it, folks. We got a dandy of a finish shaking out here. Just over 5.5 to go. Third period, it's 4-3 Roseville. White Bear Lake flipping high off the glass. The bouncer will not have time to be an icing call, so hustling back will be the Raiders. A clear but not out. Kalova holding it in, trying to find Connolly, but it's stripped away from him. Cleared, bounces to the blue line but not out. Here's Kalova turning and shooting. That hits a leg. Backhand effort by White is blocked. Now Roseville goes cross ice, too far for Carroll, and icing instead against the Raiders.
Looked like it was going to be a great opportunity there for White Bear Lake. Kalova just didn't get that shot through on net. Had he got it through on net, both his line mates, Conley and Anderson, were right down in front. He tried to take a little big slap shot, and just the extra second that he took to raise that stick, he got the shot blocked.
Big Dustin McCardle waiting at the point. He's 6'3", 200 pounds. In his third year, plus 27 on this team this year.
I think the linesman's got hurt or it's got to be attended to over here for a second. Yes, looks like the trainer's looking at him. He probably caught a stick or something in the chin. Yeah, he got a little bit of blood. She'll have to butterfly that closed. Not going to be shaving too well tomorrow.
Use the electric, not the blade.
You'd be surprised how many times these officials get hit. You know, people think they're just out there refereeing the game, but I'll tell you, that puck hurts and the sticks hurt. Many times there's a deflection and an errant stick, and before you know it, they're cut and hurt.
Especially taking face-offs where these guys are really digging in, ready to roll. And that's Rob Ludwig being attended to down there.
He's going to stay on. I'm sure they just butterfly the cut closed, but I tell you, the way he looks like he's bleeding, he's going to get a few stitches after the game.
You know, these guys really take it serious too. There's quite a process over the course of the year where officials are graded, and that's actually the coaches that vote on who gets the assignments for the state tournament, and you have to literally earn your stripes to get an opportunity to officiate in the state tournament, because there's literally hundreds of guys out there across the state of Minnesota officiating high school hockey games.
That's right, Rawley. It's terrific that they have that kind of system, because we see such good officiating in the tournament, and these guys really earn their way here.
Bears center, they shoot right on goal on a drive by Lance Millard, who's been dangerous almost every shift he's had out here tonight for White Bear Lake. Millard putting on the forechecking pressure, but they swing it away from him to Cody on the left. The Raiders bounce it out the center for Twardowski, but he's hammered up along the boards by Kovac. Carrying on, though, is Cody. He shoots high and wide. Puck rolls off the boards. Cody picks it up, centers it. Oh, Twardowski shot right on, and a huge save for John Anderson. Back the other direction comes Greer, getting around one man, but a reach in by Cox breaks it up and sends it behind the net, where it's a lot more safe there. Carlson now comes away. 4.5 to go in a one-goal game. As Carlson crosses center, he launches it in and heads off as 5 fresh skaters come off the Raider bench. Here's Mercado. Tip past the center, goes past everybody. It will be icing who gets there, but the officials have waved it off. White Bear trying to send it, hit the back of the cage. Now Kalova putting it out in front, trying to find his man, but he can't get it through, and it rolls back to neutral ice where Chris Anderson corrals it. He has it taken away from him. Andy Carroll, a backhander, is sticked wide. Chris Anderson again, this time going to the right side. Checking it out. That's it, a nice short pass up ice, brings loose. Number 12, Lance Millard. As he reaches the line, he loses it. And going back once more is White. To his partner Anderson. Cross ice pass. Tip goes all the way down off Kalova. And this will be an icing call against White Bear Lake. Clock favoring Roseville. They lead it 4-3. The finale coming up.
Time moves slowly when you're waiting for your tax refund. Now H&R Block introduces another way. Get a refund loan in as little as 24 hours for a flat bank fee of $39.95. Because the last thing you need taxed is your patience.
You see Kalova right there getting behind the defenseman. He tried to center that pass. Unfortunately, he hit the net because out in front of the net all alone was Millard.
18,273 in here tonight. A sellout crowd for high school hockey. Over 35,000 people watching the action this today at the XL Energy Center as the Class AA schools go toe-to-toe. We've had some dandy games. And this one is a one-goal contest with 3 to go. There's a long booming shot by Connolly right on goal. And that has Kaufman diving out to control it.
Well, a play like that, I don't think Kaufman should go out and freeze the puck. He made the save. The puck bounced about 10 feet away, but his defenseman was right there, could have controlled it and got out of the zone. Right now, you got a face-off in your own zone. If you ever lose a face-off, and White Bear's been winning some face-offs, you see how far out it is? And his defenseman skating towards him. Babington could have picked that puck up and skated right out. Now you got to worry about winning the draw, and if you lose it, you're going to give up a quality chance.
Teams going basically now with 2 lines apiece, keeping their top kids out there in a one-goal contest. It's White Bear Lake stealing it. Bonnie trying to put it out in front, does, but it's blocked and off to the side. A little bit of a dive there on behalf of Millark, trying to draw the penalty, but there won't be one to come this time. Here's Surdick, rather. A bounce to the center, controlled by Mercado. Waiting, gets it across the line. Here's Greer, shot is on goal. Greer after it into the corner. Tied up there with Carlson, but another try by Bonnie is right on, and Kaufman covers up. Boy, you're earning your real estate now, aren't you?
Great play there by Bonnie to come off the boards, cut across the top of the circle, and get a shot on net. Kaufman had great presence of mind just to freeze it.
Well, you see Andy Carroll, look at that, 24 shifts, 22:45 minutes. I mean, he's had a lot of ice time out here tonight. That first line of Roseville has put this team ahead, as you well know, and this kid can really shoot the puck. Strong left winger.
That's half the game.
Yeah.
He's been on the ice half the game.
And I'll tell you, you play 22 minutes in a half a game in 15-minute periods. That means you're out there almost every second shift. That's not like a 60-minute game. You're really, have to be in good shape to do that.
Centered out in front and off the stick of Kalova. Whoop, the Raiders get a break, but it's too far out to center ice. Backhanded now by number 12, Millark up ice. Intercepted and shot back in by Svensson, who has 2 third-period goals, and that is a difference in the hockey game for the Roseville Raiders. Sprinting up ice now, Millark. Crunched by Svensson at center. No way he wants to lose that winning goal in the game. Now Connolly for White Bear, puts it on goal, it's loose, and cleared off to the side. Millark with a blast, and that carries wide.
You wonder if White Bear's sitting back there saying, we haven't beat them all year. What's going on? Can we not beat this team? They have got to continue to do what they're doing right now, storm the net. Roseville has got to get their composure and not sit back. Roseville makes some plays, use their offense. He got such great offensive skills as we look at the replay there at the shot from way out. Roseville uses their ability. We're going to have a time. Nope. Looked like they were going to have a timeout the way they were changing. They're taking their time. Good play by Tim Sager. They're the home team. He's pulling low Scotty Bowman tricks. Send one guy at a time on. It takes a long time. The referee finally just allowed the last change here. But Roseville's got to start using their abilities, and their abilities are skating, handling the puck, and relieving the pressure in their own zone.
And you saw the tail of the shots period by period, and certainly White Bear, despite trailing, have dominated the third in the shots. Here's a chance from the point by Chris Anderson is blocked. White walking in, but he can't release it, and he's back to center ice. Here's Anderson tying up along the wall, getting the puck in deep where White Bear wants it. Roseville with a buck and a half left to go, sending it all the way down. Hurrying up is Anderson. He'll flip it across to his defense partner. Here's Lance Millard. Now they got 4 forwards out there for the White Bear Bears. Here they come across the line again. Anderson, the senior, leading the charge, going in behind the net. He has the puck, lost it. The goaltender's been pulled. The puck out in front. There's a backhander into the crease, and it's covered up on a whistle.
Oh, and strong play by the Roseville defense right there. They had to help out because White Bear is going after that puck. Ooh. They're really putting on pressure. What a great effort by White Bear, but Kaufman not letting anything behind them.
Fortunately, you'll see here, the puck comes right back in. It'll go between Kaufman's feet right here. Defensemen come in, take 2 White Bear players out of the play.
Strong play back there. Carlson, Cox, they've been strong back in the blue line. And then we even get We're going to have a timeout here. Even Zerdich coming back in to throw a check. You need White Bears got the timeout, and they should be calling it because they want to get their most powerful scoring unit out there, and they got to rest the guys that have been out there. You only got 1:10 to go, and they know that these guys are the best hope that they got to tie the game.
T-Roy, you're picking in front. Hey, step down. No, you're not going to hear, right?
Can't quite hear, but Tim Singer is telling them to pick in front of the net.
Don't force, don't just throw it. You might be able to use a clear out too. Quick shots, you might be able to use a clear out. You go down, step in. You're the guy up. You're the guy up. Okay, Chris is walking down.
Look at that. And boy, are they critical right now with 1:10 to go.
T-Roy's in the middle here.
He's basically diagramming his whole play where he wants him. Zerdich at the same time is telling his team, you got to get control of the puck on the boards. Don't turn it over. When you get it, you flip it out, but you don't ice the puck. We don't want any face-offs in our zone if we can help it.
So they're not going to wheel it around to the weak side.
No, I mean, they might do it, but I wouldn't be doing it blindly. That's one thing you got to worry about is making certain you're not drawing offsides in your own zone. If you got control of the puck, even if you're being outmanned along the boards, you put it between your skates and you kill the clock. You keep moving it back and forth between your skates. Take the check and kill the clock.
Bonnie on the face-off for White Bear Lake. Trying to push it into the corner. He does. Picked up by Malark. Get it back, and the shot deflects wide. Malark after it. Malark on the side, taking a shot, and that wide, and carries all the way to center. An empty net, fence it over, skates it at center. Mercado coming back for White Bear. Cross the line for Kalova, putting it into the high slot. There's a shot, it's blocked, and it hits Malark on the way to the net. Now the Raiders chop it, but not out. Holding it in is Chris Anderson. Over to the boards going Greer for it. Greer moving back down the wall. They try to pry it out of there. 36 seconds ago. It's put out in front. There's a scramble. And the big glove of Kaufman comes in to haul it in.
I want to tell you, White Bears got to be shaking their head. They're doing everything but putting the puck in the net. They really have had great composure with the puck in the offensive zone. They fought hard for it. They haven't lost it. Even a play by Mercado at center ice there. It looked like there was going to be an empty net shot and goal. He was able to get control of the puck and made a small short pass while he was being checked. Great pressure by White Bear. Kaufman keeping everything out of there, and a lot of support from the White Bear defense.
Svensson's going to see that 2-on-1 in his sleep tonight. He had a chance to ice the game for Roseville, overskated the puck. White Bear Lake came right back in and really attacked that net.
Look at that coverage, though. A lot of black shirts around that goal.
A lot of support.
Here we go. Bonnie digging in again. Gets the puck back to Malark. There's a shot. It bounces wide. Hustling to the corner is Cox for it. However, Kalova comes out for White Bear. Body's flying all over. Cox gets it again. Looks up ice. Finds Svensson, but it's behind him. Back at center ice now. They wait for everybody to get onside, and not quite long enough. Bonnie entered the zone, and play is halted.
Oh, we're having the kind of finish we expected, Wally. Boy, these two teams have put on a real solid effort. A great deal of intensity. I'll tell you, White Bear has done a lot this period. They got better as the game went along, and you just knew that the explosiveness of Roseville was going to show up. It did. They took the lead, but now they're hanging on. And White Bear has done everything but tie the game in this last 2 minutes.
Sager from the bench positioning people with the help of Bonnie taking the draw. He'll just push it into the zone and charge in after it. Fired but not out. It comes back now. Svensson does pick it up. This time a slow roller goes down ice. There's a battle for it. Carroll getting there is tackled to the ice. That won't matter. The Raiders win. And they'll advance to the semifinals tomorrow night. And the celebration begins back in the Roseville zone.
Well, we expected a hard-fought game, and we sure got it. I got to tell you, great effort by both teams. A lot of physical play. Great deal of intensity. White Bear just coming up short, giving just an outstanding effort. This third period, they just worked as hard as they could. But that Roseville Hockey Club, they got explosiveness, and it sure paid off for them tonight.
A lot of great players on that Roseville team with Zerdich and Eagles and Carroll. really showing why they had 500 points this season as a team. Took them a period to really get it going, but after they woke up, they were really a strong offensive threat.
There was a penalty assessed at the end, but it doesn't matter. And Roseville goes 3 games unbeaten against White Bear Lake. I guess that measuring stick that they said about White Bear has come to fruition. The Roseville Raiders have advanced.
Well, White Bear's got to be snake bit. They got to wonder what they have to do to get out of the first round. They gave a great effort. They come out, they had to beat a tough team at Centennial. They came here tonight. They fought their way into the lead. It looked like they had a great thing going, but an outstanding goal by Roseville at the end of the second period, I think, really turned the tide of this hockey game, because they came right back in the first 8 seconds of the third. And that was it for Roseville. They started to go from that point on.
And what a battle. I mean, this was a real war out there. A good, clean, hard-fought hockey game. You couldn't ask for much more.
No. Roseville, I'll tell you, played well, but White Bear gave them everything they wanted. They fought toe-to-toe. And I'm telling you, it just, you couldn't tell who was going to win this game the way this one was going.
A lot of jersey on jersey. Tommy Sager was going to be happy after this game.
Brendan Svensson's downstairs on the ice with Ryan Lund. Go ahead, guys.
Thank you very much, Wally. A great game, Brandon. But you guys, you got to wake up a little earlier.
Yeah, we came out kind of slow, kind of flat in the first period. And then at the end of the first, we picked it up a little bit, came back. And then coming out in that second period, we came out flat again, and we got down 2 goals. And we started picking up again in the end of the period, and we got one back with about a minute left. And then going into that third period, we knew I had to come out fired up and take it home with us. So we just came out, and those first 2 shifts, we put 2 away, and I mean, we went from there.
You guys definitely just came charging out of the locker room there. You score in the first 8 seconds. Tell me about the goal that tied it, and then the goal that ended up being the winner.
Well, the goal that tied it, I mean, it felt the best because got us back in the game. It got the momentum back and really shut them down. I mean, they came out flat and just put them away, and then let us into that second goal. And once we got that, it was over. I mean, we just wanted it more, I guess. Came out and took it away.
Both goals very pretty, and could Eagles have set you up any better?
Oh, a great play. Couldn't happen without him out here. So, and Carroll set him up, and then he made a nice play to me to put it away. So,
well, Roseville wins by a close shave. I think that's appropriate with these shaved heads.
Oh yeah, we decided to do us a little something as a team because felt we were a family this year. So, I mean, we decided to shave our heads and come out here and do our best. So,
well, it worked in the quarters. What are you gonna do for the semis?
Same thing. We just got to come out harder, I guess, in the beginning of the periods and take it the whole game instead of just coming out in the third period and towards the end of the last 2 periods there. So,
all right, and maybe go get another haircut. Brendan Svensson, 2 goals tonight. The tying goal, the game winner. Roseville takes care of White Bear Lake 4-3 to advance to tomorrow night's semifinals. We'll be back to wrap up quarterfinal Thursday at XL Energy Center.